Well, it's time to make some room in here. We had that storage bench over here that was fully loaded with stuff. It was here when I moved here. We took it out, we put in the firewall, we insulated behind it. We did just that corner for now because obviously you can't get anywhere else. Um, you know, over 10 years of accumulation, this stuff is full. This all has to go so I can work behind it. We have the lift we got in here that, we need the room to be able to put a vehicle in here. So I got to have a place for the air compressor. That's just a 30-gallon Ingersoll. But it'd be too close to that. I'm considering putting it up above. We got this little mezzanine that we built real quick, like just to give me a place to put some boxes, suitcases, and stuff when I moved here. The ceiling over there goes up about 16 feet in this garage. We got that 6x12 steel I-beam with steel posts supporting it. 2x8 rafters, 16 on center, 2x4 wall joist or studs with plywood, and then the tongue and groove siding on the outside. And then we got just 2x6s on a ledger with hangers, and then we got supports that go up to the roof. I didn't want to spend a lot of money or time on it. This is something my brother and I did in the afternoon, and it's working great. Right now it's just got boxes and junk up there, just nothing heavy. I don't plan on putting anything heavy up there. And it clears the garage door. I probably could have lowered it about 12 inches, but either way, you still can't stand up there being a cathedral. It's only about 4.5 foot on this side, and then it goes up to about 6 or 7 feet on the other side. So you can only stand good across that back wall. What I want to do is get a set of stairs built to get up there. Right now I'm using a ladder, and it's hard to carry an item up there. So I just take an item and throw it up there usually, and then I go up and organize it a little bit. But I think I'm going to empty everything out. It's just basically boxes. And what I think I'll do, because we've got the lift here and all this junk, we got to get this junk up there. That'll clear up one more floor bay. Believe it or not, there's another bay to put a second car here. I've had the car over here and the truck over here. The car's shorter, and I can have toolboxes in front of it. This garage is only 22 and change on the outside, so I mean, it's undersized. It's what I have. It's what I got to deal with. There's another, can't see it, steel I-beam that goes across the top from this wall over the door. And so not a lot of changes I can do economically. I'd love to have this garage, another 10 feet longer. It'd be awesome, but it's not. So I need storage. I got to have a set of stairs to go up there. I have no ceiling height. So if I ran the stairs from on this side, near the wood stove, this pile of junk right now, up, then I'll bang my head on that steel I-beam. It's 6x12. You'll have to duck. So that won't work. Plus, if we have a car on the lift, or I park in here just over the lift, then we'd have to move the car to do so. So if we do a landing that comes out, back, and over, that'll give me room enough to go up and turn, or set my boxes down, regroup, If the stairs go this direction and come down, they're going to come over pretty close to the garage door. I want to make sure we got headroom, we don't bang our head. The distance, I believe, is 13 feet from the door opening to the wall. Our stringers I've got, without purchasing, I got a pair of 2x10 that are 12 feet long. There's a little bit of forklift damage on one edge of this one, and I think there's a split in the other one, a little crack check in the end. So they're good enough. I don't need 3 feet wide stairs with railing, all that. It's only to take a box up and chuck it, or go up and grab an item and come back. So we're not thinking code here. I want the stairs probably wide enough to climb. Like a step ladder or a ladder is approximately 2 feet wide. That's enough. We're not going to have two people going up. And carrying a box, my elbows can be out. It won't, hurt anything. 2 feet wide is what I'm thinking. A landing up there 2 feet wide, that'll keep it over this way. It'll clear the vehicle if a vehicle's in here. Then, if it comes up to where, you're banging your head walking up, which it's going to be close, might be fine, we can simply close the garage door to go up there. If it's in the winter months, it'll probably be closed anyway. So, I want to be able to store totes of items up there. We still need to insulate and drywall the ceiling, the front wall, and this wall. We need to put some lighting. We need to do some outlets. All that's going to come in time over the winter months. Right now, I just want the stairs so that I can walk up there. And so I think if the stairs are considered temporary, I think I'll hinge them. And so I can use a cable system and pull them up out of the way so they'll be up away from the garage door. So I think that'll be fine. And so that's the plan. Let's get materials around. I gathered what I have without purchasing anything. I think I can do everything without purchasing on this job. Get this up there. I put a GRK on this side, 4-inch structural screw, because that's where we want to hook one of our stringers. That should line up right there, tight against the wall. And then I got my line marked here. So you screw this onto the wall stud. Another mark. Not exactly, it's a little awkward. Get on that line. There we go. Not on the right angle here. So I think what we can do is switch out bits here. Let's see if I can get up higher. Oh, my ankle hurts, guys. Shouldn't be on a ladder with a broken or sprained ankle, right? Okay. See if I can get the screw started. That's a little better. And then I got some joist hanger screws here I'm going to use. I think that bit's worn. Let me switch out bits. I cut a piece of OSB. Let's see if it fits. I probably should have done that before I turned the camera on, right? Alright. Because what I did is I notched it around this post. See? Not sure if that post is going to stay or not, but well, it does fit. Usually I can measure. Alright, so I think we'll just put screws in the corners right now. Got 1 5/8, but probably should put 2s in it. Just enough to hold this thing still. We got our brace underneath. Oh, everything should be happy here. think this would be a godsend. I see about 100 cardboard boxes up here of everything I've purchased and moving boxes and just junk when I moved here, and I've never been up here to do anything. My brother helped me do this. We did it on a Saturday, I believe, and he was a big help. Dawson was only 5, so he couldn't help me very much with this. And it was hard setting it up with ladders and things, but we did it. Now, let me climb up here with a hurt ankle. Oh. Well, if it'll hold my fat, right? It'll hold. Now I want to run 2 stringers down, and I was considering being on this angle of lifting it up. And then when they do that, should miss that garage door and be up out of the way, and then as I come up the stairs I can just slide boxes off too. I think it'll work. I'll go to the next stage now. Let me get back down. This ladder's going to be set differently, I'm sure. Can't wait to get over the ladders, because you got to hang on to ladder climbing. You don't have to hang on to the stairs when you climb. So I will be happy. Get some storage solutions here. Alright, I just threw the 2x10 by 12 up there, drew my line, marked, cut the bottom, cut the top. We got 52 degree. That looks pretty comfortable to me. So I realize that those 2 uprights up there will be in the way, but I kind of want to change them out anyway because they got to come out to do that ceiling. So I'll probably be putting in temporary supports underneath while I'm doing the ceiling, and I'll do a cross brace like you do a garage door probably, and then put something back up. So what I come up with in my pile of materials, I got different types of hinges. I want to put hinge on the top of both stringers so I can pivot them up in the air. I'll get my final dimension of my treads, and then I'll put them on with a cleat instead of cutting out my stringer, because a 2x10 would be too weak. We need at least a 2x12, and then you got to be careful on how long the span is. This is almost 12 feet, so you know, that's sketchy. You know, a 200-pound person carrying up a box of stuff, you know, how much weight can you put on those stairs without a bottom support? And so I think I'll put them on with cleats, and that way we're not compromising the strength of the 2x10s. So I'm going to go up and screw these on. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that stringer down, throw it on as a template, and cut my other one. And then I'll take them up as a pair and screw them on. And or I'll start marking out where my treads go. So the treads being, you know, my final height, I think we had 114. I want to divide that out. I'd like the steps to be below 8 inches. So it's comfortable to walk up. I don't want a ladder at 12 inches. So let's do some figuring. All right, I did the math. I measured the height divided by the amount of steps. I want to be less than 8 inches. I came up with 7 5/8. Give me 14 steps up. Bottom step has to be the thickness of the step lower. That way each one's the same height. So I'll take it out, draw that on the template, that as a template on the other one, and then I'm gonna cut some cleats to support the steps. I don't need them on this angle or anything, but probably that distance, and get them cut. Okay, so I brought our template out, marked it out. We've got 14 steps. I just transferred my lines to the opposite side. It made it easy. And then what we got to do now is cut our cleats, and we got to know the lengths of them and how many. So we need 28 of them. The lumber is going to be 9 1/4. And then this is, I got to see here, this is the front of the tread here. So they'll be going almost to the rear. And then we either cut this angle on them and then they fit perfect in there, or I cut it short. So either one will work. Sometimes if you cut them short, run them down, they're kind of hidden out of the way. And then, but you don't want them sticking down in the back. So let me figure out the length I want them here. So if our treads are this width, it's going to be, you know, they're all different. That's like almost 9 1/4. This is 9 1/8. They vary. That's less than 9 1/4 on that end. So I would say if we did somewhere about a 9 to 9 1/4 inch cleat, then it won't hang over on either edge. I can use them, move them around. So we'll cut on the table saw. We'll rip some. I'm considering using poplar. I've got pine. I've got miscellaneous stuff, but I've got a bunch of these almost like a furring strip. And these are poplar. And that'll turn out pretty nice. And they're already kind of odd size, 2 5/8, 2 1/4, 2 1/8. So I think if I cut a bunch of 2s, that'll work out good and not waste material. Beautiful day out here. I didn't expect it. It's almost hot. I'll set this up at 2 inch. And then we'll run this through. These are about 8 feet long. There's a couple knots in them. This one's pretty straight. I'm gonna get rid of that knot. It's beautiful out here. All right, let's measure. We want, what, 9 inches, right? 9 inches goes to the edge of the carrying handle. So I don't need a stop block. I just slide them across till they line up. Confirm. 9. That way we don't have to measure every one. Alright, we're gonna just take and mount these with a finish nailer first. I'll probably put the fresh cut edge up. I marked these, this is left, so this would be the front. I'll just line it up on my mark. Then we'll come back with screws and attach them. And I'll just go down the line, do all that. And that'll be ready for our treads. That'll hold them nice. And that'll give me 1 full inch of room to attach our treads with. I'll keep my line just visible. Time to time lapse it, right? All right, I got all my treads cut. I'm fresh out of 3-inch structural screws. I do have ring shank galvanized nails, and I think we can shoot them into here, and then on the outside I also want to shoot them into the side, so that would be double the trouble, right? So let's get that on. I'll probably put it back on time lapse, but I'm gonna do one side, flip it up, do the other side. I'll probably keep the treads close to the front as possible. We'll see how this goes. All right, we got all them nailed on. What do you think there, Squirrely Bird? Huh?
Well, now he's quiet.
He's quiet now. Hey. Silly cat. All right. They're not beautiful. Remember, it was Colpack lumber. It's got a little bit of twist to it. This had a little bit of forklift damage here and there. Good enough. But see, we kept the strength because we didn't notch it out as a stringer. We used cleats. So tip that down if you would, Dawson. He just got home from school. Good timing to help me clamp that together by hand. So there's our stairs. Every one of the risers are the same height. That's what you got to do. You got to be real careful to measure and make sure every step's the same so nobody trips. And are you going to set them up there by yourself?
It's pretty heavy.
Woo! They are heavy. So what I plan on using, there you go, nice. What I plan on using is a winch system. Remember that little cable winch thing I got? I think it's like a boat. It's kind of like for a boat. I want to use that to pull them up in the air. I know I could have made them a little lighter duty. I was thinking about using the this poplar right here. They're only 1x, but they aren't wide enough, you know. I think there was 2 boards that were good, and the rest of them were narrow, 8-inch. Here we got 9 plus, 9 1/4, 9 1/2, 9 3/8, 2x10s, and so they're going to carry anything you want to put on it, Dawson. Now we just got to make sure the loft in there, the mezzanine's going to hold everything we can put to it, right?
Yeah.
So a little later, we're going to fasten them in place. I want to put a hinge system on the top so it hinges up out of the way. All right, Dawson's helped me in this messy garage. It weighs a ton, don't it?
Yep.
Thought it'd be worth filming this portion. Okay, boys, all 2x10 stuff. Decided to make it heavy, you know, you never want to underbuild. Ready? Oh man, that's heavy. Ready? And as we go, we'll go up. It's gonna go up another mile. 2.5. We're stuck on stuff here. Okay. Ready? Up. Okay, you're over too far. You go up. All right, it's got to go up about 3 inches. Okay. Now this floor is not level. There's a floor drain. So we measured the height over there. Over here is about the same, but then it's lower here. So you kind of got to adjust. You know, we might have to trim. It's got to come down about 1 inch.
Yeah.
And, okay, push it over. Now it's got to go up just a half. Ooh, look at that. So now, don't go up it yet. Got to go push it back over again, like that. What I'm going to do is I'll put a little shim under this corner here, something, just so it doesn't shift as we work. I got to find something. I got all kinds of crap in here, right? You see something? How about a pencil, Dawson? Stick a pencil under there. And then, okay, doesn't wobble now, right?
Nope.
Now, that's our idea, guys. I want to go up and put a couple hinges on it. And the lift is over here. I don't know how much you can see. I'm going to stand where the car drives. The car drives way over here, about 36 inches from the stairs. Look at that, Dawson. That's perfect. So I could have the car or truck in here, somebody's or mine, and then still drop these down and go up there. That was the idea. The only thing I got to do is move them 2 uprights, which I'd rather put them on the inside versus the outside. I got to make a guardrail up there or something anyway. I could go up and screw them in place and then do the hinges. That probably makes the most sense. And then unscrew them again. And we can test this. You daring to go up it? As long as you don't shake it, Dawson. No, don't get crazy there. Is it comfy? Huh?
Yep, and then here's your butt.
Yeah, you got to kind of duck your head when you get to the very top, but
Yeah,
wow.
lower 'em, and then when you're down here,
that kind of looks decent from here.
it's easy to hand stuff over the edge here.
Is it plenty wide enough?
Yeah.
I was concerned 2 feet, but
And then you can always just step right off onto the left from here.
I think if we went 3 or 4, then it'd be over too close to the car lift, you know?
Yeah.
So let's get the hinges mounted. We got a couple different styles. We got like a T-strap, and we got a double hinge, and we've got garage door hinge hangers. So we're going to test out and see which one's going to work the best, and we'll put them down with these construction screws, 2-inch. Dawson's up in that little mezzanine. It's about 4.5 feet, so you can't fully stand up till you're there. They comfy?
Yeah.
And they're pretty rugged, and they're on hinges. So if you want to grab a hold of that, if you're man enough, Dawson, and lift that bottom right up. How close to the garage door do they come, you
We're
think?
gonna have to move that light, but
Boy,
by a foot.
And I think I could probably stop wherever I wanted. So I could probably do this with the garage door open or closed. But for now, we're not putting 2 vehicles in here, are we?
No.
We haven't in a long time. So this is going to be considered workspace. Over there, there's a countertop that the previous owner put against that wall. I think it's 8 feet long. You can pivot it up. I could use that as a bench area. Underneath it, I could put a bunch of stuff. I'd like to put that air compressor up on top. I think that'd be a good place to get out of the way. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's easy to drain, you know. Probably put a little pipe on it, let it drain out, and then get the noise up out of the way a little bit. But what do you see in here, Dawson? We got to put up there. We got coolers. A lot of coolers, right?
Yeah.
Grocery coolers, and then summertime coolers. We got totes, chainsaw parts. We got our battery testing equipment over here. We got our nuts, bolts. Over on this side, we got all of our oil-based paints I could probably put up there. That would be awesome. That'd clear these shelves half off. I've got my roofing, miscellaneous tools and parts, pieces, our oils. What else can go up there, D? We have our nuts and bolt kits, the sandblaster kits, any kind of overflow. Be awesome to empty this out, wouldn't it?
Yep.
And then over on them shelves, it looks like a mess, but there's a lot up there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Can you see what's up there? We got our spray equipment, a bunch of sprayers, couple heaters, pool equipment, filters, paint stains, oils, power steamer, our welding, wire parts, kits, all that kind of stuff can go upstairs. And then I thought these shelves all have a pull-out drawer. Did you know that, D? You pull that door out and close. Each one can be a separate compartment. And I could start putting some tools on it. Maybe put my kits. I've got, how many kits of tools do I have here? 20?
Yeah.
But example, right over here under the stairs are, wrench sets, socket sets, all kinds of things like that. I like to label the end with markers, and then I can glance over and say that's a 1/2 inch drive, that's a metric, SAE, whatever, and I can get to it. I need to get organized. I could be more efficient on all these projects. And then our wood stove, that's going to allow us to do some projects this winter without me freezing out here, because when my hands get cold, I'm a big baby, right?
So am I.
Yeah, we don't like the cold that much. So we're going to try to do inside projects. But thanks for following along on these stairs. I think this is great. What we're going to be able to do is take things like, I don't know, here's a tote, for example. I don't even know what's in it. Looks like a jig to a router and then a Napa wrench set. But I want to put things in the same size totes with a lid, go up there, stack them, label them, and be able to find them. And, right now that's pretty easy going up the stairs with a box or something.
Test it out.
Test it out. My first time walking up here. I probably would feel better about a railing, but I'm not sure it's necessary. I usually walk straight. I'd probably have room for a railing from here to here. We could probably do about a 30-inch railing on one side. That'd be kind of cool, right? Mm-hmm. Then if you happen to lean out. The other thing I was mentioning is as I come up, if I'm worried about putting my head under and turning, you could just do this, remember? Just go right up over the side anywhere along here. I'm excited. So we got to do lighting so I can see what I'm doing. We got all these totes to fill up. We got lawnmower parts, mower, belts. We got, oh my gosh, we got tons of cords. I got all kinds of things that can go up there. I probably could walk down forwards, but we got to insulate that wall, insulate the ceiling, drywall it. Be an awesome job this winter, you know what? Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.